Femur camp. It's simpler than you think. It's not as like complicated as like it has to be in your mind to be technical or use technical tricks. A few things I'm gonna start with that will help everyone with their technical game is actually watching fights. All right, so say if you're in the gym and you're sparring amongst yourselves all the time, you're sparring amongst yourselves. You're not seeing the actual tricks that are being used. You're not seeing how, whatever, the pad work that you're doing. It's not just like jab cross. You're not seeing how people are setting up the jab cross, how people are doing these fakes, what they're doing when like a kick gets caught over and over and over. So watching fights is one of like the best tools. You don't have to watch hours upon hours upon hours, but you can just pick like one fighter, you like something of theirs or you like their style, and you just watch it. Watch when they get beat up, watch when they win, but don't just watch highlights, because when you just watch highlights, you don't see how things get set up, right? You'll see the knockout, but you may not see how he set that knockout up. So things like that. Just watch one fight every now and then. All right, so we're gonna do exactly what I said don't do, and we're gonna watch a little bit of a fight. So I don't take all your time, all right? But we're gonna watch some highlights of some technical people. Gather around. If y'all wanna sit like little kids with applesauce, you can. We're gonna use this screen, and if you have any questions, raise your hand. We'll try to get those towards the end, and I'm gonna explain some stuff as we go, right? Old school Thailand. Look at those pictures. Yeah, this is golden era. Now he's in Jersey. And the Blue is actually my first coach in Thailand, Lam Namoon. So remember, you don't have to be a clincher to beat a clincher. I said you don't have to know how to clinch good. You just have to know how to avoid the clinch or nullify it. See, he's not really clinching even though the blue corner wants to clinch. Up elbow. The misconception that people have is that to be good at Muay Thai, you have to be well-rounded. You don't have to be well-rounded. Your goal, like, so you have to remember too, like your goal, it depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to be good at Muay Thai, yes, like being well-rounded is great. If your goal is to fight, being well-rounded doesn't matter if you're well-rounded and you lose. Your goal is to win. So if you can win a bunch of fights just clinching, you're winning a bunch of fights just clinching if that's your style. You don't have to be good at everything. You can be good at one thing and go really far. Now, when you get to the higher level, it doesn't mean you don't know how to do everything. It doesn't mean that he's a clinch fighter and he can't punch. It just means like he doesn't need to know how to do a spinning back fist. If he can win 400 fights, or let's say 200 fights being a dominant clinch fighter, then he uses his other stuff as needed to supplement it. But you don't need to have a great switch kick and a great rear kick. Another thing, you're gonna get hit. But once you have that realization in, if you notice, like, there's a difference between them making a move to evade a punch versus them like avoiding a punch, right? Like, so like, oh shoot, I don't wanna get hit versus I'm trying to make you miss. When you can also like, so when you say, all right, I'm gonna get hit, they're willing to take a shot to give a shot, or they're willing to take a shot. Not saying they want to, but that shot that they take, there's no, oh shit, I got hit. You know, so that changes how you can counter. Right, that's evasion. Somebody's gonna get hit here, I can tell. Boom, he got hit. He didn't, oh shit, he got hit. He's still in the war. If that makes sense. What's the most common thing that people wanna do after you hit them? Hit back. Hit back. If you can kind of predict what someone's gonna do, you kind of already have an edge, but you have to you have to change how you think about fighting, right? So if I know that if I hit him, he's gonna wanna hit me back, I should be waiting for him to hit me back. I'm already ahead of the game. But if you guys are like, oh, I hit him, you don't think that this person wants to hit you back, then you're losing a little advantage, right? How many times do you hit somebody in the stomach, they wanna hit you back in the stomach? All the time. These are easy things that you can do to like make your life easier. Right? If I know I'm gonna do this, boom, he probably wants to get it back. I'm either gonna take it, because he's probably gonna drop that hand, or I'm just prepared and I can set up my next shot. It makes your life easier. Does that make sense? Yes, right? That's what I always say, defense-wise, don't be predictable. If he jabs like this 3 times in a row, boom, boom. Sorry, if he defends the jab 3 times in a row, boom, 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 now he's predictable. But if he does 1 block, 1 parry, boom, boom, I can't take advantage of it as easy. So don't give people patterns. We want to put people in patterns so we can use advantage of it, right? So I want to do the opposite. I want him, right, to throw those 3 jabs if I'm trying to be, right? I want him to be comfortable. He hits me once, boom, he hits me again, boom, now he hits, boom, whatever. We want to bait them into patterns, and we don't want to be baited into the pattern. Does that make sense? So do the same thing. Relax a little, because you guys started picking up the pace. I want you to keep your rhythm. If I have a rhythm like this, right? Say my rhythm is back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, boom. Something. Make your life easier. I mentioned this over there, and I should have said this earlier. Most of the time, right, we're talking like Thai, traditional, whatever, a technical fighter is gonna win the fight taking the least amount of damage possible, also the easiest way possible, if that makes sense, all right? Doesn't mean we won't give out damage, doesn't mean you don't take damage, but technical fighters are known for sometimes embarrassing people or just being in control. Everybody in here knows the jab. Yep. Easy, right? So say I'm gonna work with my partner. Right now, all I want you guys to do is go back to that rhythm, defend the jab, right? Defend the jab, but I want you guys to try your best, right? If you have a mouth guard you wanna put in, your partner is okay with getting hit, do it. If you don't, just tell your partner you don't wanna get hit. That's between your groups, right? Your groups, right? So from here, I'm gonna try to touch him with my jab, right? Try my best, move around, try my rhythm. I step in, boom, good. Then he goes, boom, boom, right? Whatever your defense is, find your rhythm and just go back and forth with the jab. What we want to do is figure out how they react to it. That's it. We figure out how they react, then we can take advantage of it. Make sense? Yes, sir. All right, 1, 2.